Hey, this is Brian Helton with Brian Helton Realty here in Mount Airy, North Carolina. Um, I am trying to put together a little series of local candidates so the people of Surrey County will know who they're voting for, and kind of an introductory series. And today I have Jamie Goad, who is running for sheriff of Surrey County. Jamie, give people a little background on who you are.
Brian, let me first of all say thank you so much for doing this and having me here and allowing the people to get to know us as candidates. I am a lifelong resident of Surrey County. I've been here all my life. I grew up in the White Plains area. I lived there for about 23 years, moved to the Pine Ridge area, lived there for several years, and now I presently live up off of the north end of town here in Mount Airy. I am married, my wife Mitzi, and I have two daughters, AJ and Miriam. And AJ's significant other, Josh, they have a little 5-month-old, my little grandbaby, which I could sit and talk about all day, but I won't do that.
Right.
She has been the light of our world, and she is so precious, and I just can't say enough about that. So we'll
Jamie, that's awesome, and I'm glad that people who have grown up here and know what Surrey County looked like are running for office here. That it's not out of towners.
Right.
Let me just cut to the chase. I grew up here, and I've seen it change, and I don't know if it can go back. I don't know if you can put the genie in the bottle. I don't know what all can be done. But what's the number one thing you want to get done?
Well, Brian, most of my adult life has been involved in law enforcement. I've got over 20 years at Surrey County Sheriff's Office. I left there in 2015 with the intent to run for sheriff in the upcoming election because I do want to change things. My whole campaign is based around change and improvements because there are a lot of changes that need to be made and there are a lot of improvements that need to be made. My top priority, if elected as sheriff, will be the drug issue. 8 out of 10 people, maybe 10 out of 10 people some days that I speak to out in public, their main concern is the drug issue.
That's my main concern.
Right.
I spoke to you as a voter when I met you a while ago. I've got two 14-year-olds and 8-year-olds. They've got friends. I want to see a little bit more effort in the drug enforcement.
Right.
And stopping, just stopping it. It's worrisome as a parent, but that as a grandparent and everything else.
Exactly.
I think that a lot of people I talk to, and I'm not trying to lead you in any direction or anything else, you just hit on something I'm passionate about.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of people that I talk to are just as concerned about stopping it, but they're also concerned about the treatment aspects of it, being fair to people.
Right.
And my general opinion's always been, if you're pushing it, you're a jail candidate. If you're using it, you're a rehab candidate.
Right.
I mean, I don't know where you stand, and I'm not trying to put words in your mouth.
Exactly. Well, a lot of the things that I talk about on my page, on my Facebook page, and that I talk to people out in the community are plans that I hope that could come about. Those plans will take the cooperation of a lot of different people, a lot of different organizations, but I hope we can get things, these things that I hope to accomplish, I hope they can be if I'm elected as sheriff. I hope to put more drug enforcement officers out in the communities. I also hope to work closely with the court system and get what is called the drug court started here in Surrey County. And to be honest with you, until I started running for sheriff, I had never heard of that. I had had over 20 years of law enforcement experience, but never heard of the drug court until this gentleman called me one day, or asked me to call him, and we talked for probably over an hour about the drug court. And it was close to his heart because he had had a couple of family members pass away from overdoses. And he knew a lot about this and knew that Forsyth County had had a successful rate with this. And basically what it is when a user is charged with a drug offense, they are given an option of being either put in jail or going to mandatory drug rehab. And I think that's an excellent idea. I think we've got to go out here and we've got to arrest the drug pushers, we've got to arrest the drug users. Because if you think about it, without the users, we wouldn't have the people out there selling drugs. There would be nobody to use them. So we've got to get those people before the court system and attempt to get them some help. And I think that's a great thing to implement. And I'm not really sure why we haven't already looked at that, but I hope to get that accomplished when I get there.
Jamie, I think that's a great idea. And I told you when you walked in, we're going to shoot for 10 minutes. And, so people can watch it. Me and you may have to sit down and talk about something else on another day.
Right.
Part 2 of this video, because we're at 6 minutes now.
Right.
And I know you can talk forever
I can talk
on this. And I think personally for me, this is the most important topic because I don't believe that the drug problem around here is the drug problem. I believe the drug problem around here is the break-in problem. I believe it's the unemployment problem. I believe it's part of the homeless problem. I believe it's the apathy of the community's problem. I mean, I think fixing the drug problem fixes, or addressing it, you can't fix it, but addressing it, I think that is so many ways going to change the community.
Right.
And
well, if in law enforcement, if you look at it, probably 9 out of 10 calls that we run has something to do with drugs. It's a problem everywhere, and you're right. It's without the drug problem, we would probably have a whole lot less problems we have now. In 1995 when I was hired, the call volume probably wasn't a third of what it is now for the sheriff's office. The problem is too with that is in 1995 when I was hired, I was the 5th guy put on a patrol shift.
Right.
Now 23 years later, we still have 5 people on a patrol shift, and we're still trying to manage this enormous amount of calls, which is allowing the drug problem to be even worse than it should be because there's really not enough people out there combating this problem. So we've got to bring our personnel up to date as well. And like I said, I hope the drug court can be something we can implement too to try to help the user.
well, Jamie, we're going to shoot part 2 of this video, an interview, if it's good with you, because there's more stuff I want to talk about.
Absolutely.
I think it's awesome that you came from here. I think it's awesome that you work from here. I think it's awesome that you're passionate about here and the people. And I just think I think it's great. And I told you I don't endorse anybody. This is informational stuff, but I love what I'm hearing from you. I'm going to try to keep segment 1 at 10 minutes. And you've been so good, we're at 8.
Right.
So give people 30 seconds of what you want them to know.
30 seconds of what I want people to know is, like I said, I've been in law enforcement most all my life. I have nothing politically to gain from this position. I have nothing socially to gain from this position. I have nothing financially to gain. The absolute only reason I am running for sheriff of Surrey County is because I think I can make things better. I think I can make things better with the help of the sheriff's office that's there, which we have some great deputies. We have some very professional people that work there. But I believe it's time for new leadership. I believe it's time for some new ideas and fresh ideas and new ways of thinking. And that's why I'm running. I think myself, the sheriff's office, and the citizens of this county can make a huge difference than what we've got right now. And that is the only reason I am running for this position, because I want to help our county be the very best it can be.
Well, people, I apologize to the people watching this, but because of my family, the drug issue is the most important issue to me. And Jamie has so much more to say on other issues. I'm hoping I can get him to talk to me again for 10 minutes you know, coming up when his schedule allows, but I got so tied up in the drug issue, I kind of ran us over, and I apologize. Thank you, and I wish you the best of luck, and hopefully you'll do another interview with me.
Absolutely.
And just thanks, man. I want everybody to know how important it is that we don't have, you know, we have teachers involved, law enforcement involved, politicians involved, churches involved, you know, groups involved in helping our kids grow up in a place where they're not pounded by drug problems.
Right.
And thank you for being a guy who sounds like he's willing to do something about it, man. Thank you so much.
Quite well.
I appreciate it. Thanks, everybody, and I look forward to doing part 2 with him. Thank you.
Thank you.